Villa away on Sunday is a huge game, all right? Make no mistake about it. After the week that we've had with Spurs and Porto and now Villa, the pressure is on Erik Ten Hag. That goes without saying. And Villa, one of the most informed teams in the league, just had their biggest result in 40-odd years. It's not going to be easy. Now, I'm going to make this a slightly different starting 11 video to usual. I'm going to run through just what team I think Ten Hag will play and what team I would like to see United play, and also the tactical differences and changes that I think are essential in this game, because if you don't make them, Unai Emery knows exactly how to set up against United, and I think they'll find it very, very easy. You can let me know what you think in the comments below, as you always do, and what your prediction of the result is. But look, Villa are favourites. Kind of goes without saying, right? Villa currently sitting 5th in the league. Manchester United down there in 13th. It has been a pretty awful season so far, to the point where there are lots of conversations about, will Erik Ten Hag be sacked or not? And I want to quickly run through this. Is Jim Ratcliffe being asked yesterday about the future of Ten Hag?
All the pressure on the manager. You said to me earlier in the year, we've got to be patient, it's going to take time, look at the environment. Do you have faith in Erik Ten Hag?
I think I don't want to answer that question. I like Erik. I think he's a very good coach, but at the end of the day, it's not my call. It's that management team that's running Manchester United that have to decide how we best run the team in many different respects. But
don't need to run through the whole thing. All right, Jim Ratcliffe making it clear that it's going to be Barada and Ashworth who make the decision, and he'll sign off on it. Kind of, look, if he wanted to there, he could have completely and utterly said, of course, Erik Ten Hag is completely untouchable. But that would have just been a bit of a strange thing to do, because I don't think any owner of any club would really do that at any point with any manager, if I'm being completely honest. Unai Emery has done an incredible job at Aston Villa. Came there, they were, on the verge of the relegation zone? And look at them now, flying. Just everything of that club is linked up. This recruitment's been fantastic. Emery's been an incredible manager. The players have responded, and he is being backed by that club. Now, in terms of injury news going into the game, Ramsey, Bailey, and Onana are all doubts. It sounds like Ramsey and Bailey, well, Unai Emery's words there, if they're available on Sunday, they won't be 100% fit. Maybe that'll be some good news for United, but their squad is also good. Now, Amadou Onana, whether he plays or not, that could definitely impact the game. Unai Emery said that he may well be available. Now, what I'm going to do now, this here was our starting 11 for the Spurs game, and this was Villa's starting 11 for the Ipswich game that they drew 2-2. But make no mistake, I watched them against Bayern. I'm sure you did too. Kind of a different style there to how they normally play, because they were absorbing Bayern and then hitting on the counter. John Duran, what did he score against us? Probably. He's ridiculously in form. But let me show you the changes I think Ten Hag will make to this team, right? Now, De Ligt and Martinez were absolutely atrocious away at Porto. Both of them got hooked. Dalot, in that inverted fullback role, was leaving so much space, and all the attacks Porto went down that side. Surely he's going to do something to change that. But I don't actually think, if I'm being totally honest, I don't think he'll change that back five. I think we've seen enough of Erik Ten Hag to know that, especially in these situations, he's going to go to the people that he trusts the most, even if they aren't in form. Now, Ugarte. Surely he starts this game. I think you'll probably see this. Ugarte and Eriksson, because I don't know, well, Mainu, of course, was left out of the squad completely against Porto. So even if he is going to be fit for this game, it'll be a little bit like Bailey or Ramsey. They wouldn't be 100% fit. And in terms of the attack, I think he will start Højlund. Right. So that's the starting 11 I think Ten Hag will use, right? 2 changes. Xerxes and Mainu out for Eriksson and Højlund. This is the starting 11 I want to see. And I want to run through the tactical changes that I've made, but that I think are pretty much essential. First of all, you see the switching system. Going back to that 4-2-4 that we used against City in the FA Cup final. Ten Hag, in my opinion, needs to use a system here that is pretty much, well, actually, I hope it's not going to be for one game only, but if we just set up in the exact same way, and in possession, Manchester United switch to that back three, Dalot inverts to an extra, Dalot inverts to become an extra central midfielder. all Villa have to do is prepare and say, right, okay, we know full well that Deleu's going to go inside and all that space is going to exist on the left. So if we just create overloads, and whether that's Bailey, whether that's Villagine, whether that's Onana running through or Konsa on the overlap, Villa are just going to have fun with us. That's the fundamental change that has to happen in this game. And I'll be honest, I think Erik Ten Hag has got to dash the idea of the inverted fullback. I think that's the two tactical evolutions that he wanted to bring to this team. Number one, playing with one number 6 and 2 number 8s, right? That was the original system that Erik Ten Hag wanted, and that spectacularly failed in the Premier League. And something else that has failed in the Premier League, in my opinion, has been the inverted fullback, right? So just give up on it in this game, Erik. Because if you don't give up on it, I guarantee you, Unai Emery, the coaching is going to be easy going into this game. Or just use that space. You don't have to think about anywhere else. You don't have to worry about United's press and just give up on the press. That's why I've dropped us back into that shape. That 4-2-4 shape that we used against City in the FA Cup final to really great effect. Because that's the only time, really, that United have been very compact for 90 minutes against tough opposition. And this will not be an easy game. They will be bang up for it. Their biggest result in 41 years. And they know how weak United are right now. And I, of course, you can see a big change there that I should have mentioned earlier. I've dropped Martinez. I never thought I would say that. I put Maguire in. I just feel like this. You could say, then Villa are going to get in behind. It's like, well, Martinez isn't that much faster than Maguire. Nor is De Ligt. We don't have the most athletic centre-backs. So you have to play to a system that doesn't leave them exposed by, inverting your fullback. The logic of the inverted fullback is to make United better playing out from the back with the ball. And you can't even say that this year. So the main benefit of it hasn't worked. This is the team I'd like to see. I want to see Mainu with Ugarte in midfield. If Mainu's fit, and if Mainu's not fit, it's probably going to be Eriksen. It's ridiculous how much Eriksen has played this season. It really is. Oh. I think if Erik goes into this game thinking, let's play like we did against Spurs or Porto, and we'll make it work, right? Trust the system, trust the plan. And we play with the inverted fullback. We have the disconnected high press. Villa are just going to make mincemeat of us. Villa will beat us 2-1, maybe 3-1. If United set up in a way, now this might be retractive. It might be, you're just sitting there. That 4-2-4 system, Ten Hag has shown in certain games he's willing to play a different style in a different way. I don't really remember the inverted fullback against City, and I think that's going to be the difference maker. If he gives up on the inverted fullback, and we go to a back four and we stay in shape, I think we'll have a chance in this game. If we don't, Villa will have so much fun. I think United are going to lose this game 2-1, for being totally honest. However, if we do switch up that system and Ten Hag does surprise me, I think we've got a chance. Just my prediction. Just my feeling going into this game. And it's, well, if this week was supposed to be a response to show that we are progressing with Spurs and Porto, it's been the complete opposite. 2 examples of last season. I've explained how I've lost a bit of faith in Ten Hag and a bit of trust in the system and the belief in the system. Switch it up in this game, Erik, because if we don't, I think Unai Emery is going to have fun.